Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ronto and Jawa from the Power of the Force line of Star Wars action figures. These are both pretty cool, but before we take a closer look at them, let's go ahead and take a look at their packaging. And here it is. It's pretty standard for the Power of the Force line. It's got a picture of the characters here on the front, as well as a little window here just for the Jawa. On the side, it's got the action figures posed on there, and then on the top, again, shows the figures as well as a little preview of the action feature. Now, if you read these captions on there, they're hilarious. They're very 90s. Ronto's head rears back when you press him back on his hind legs, then snaps forward to buck off the Jawa when you return him to standing position. We'll see. I mean, it sounds pretty cool here on the box, but when you actually do it, it's pretty underwhelming, and I'll show you that. On the back here, picture of the characters from the movie, as well as another picture of the figure and the other figures that you could buy at the time. So pretty standard for the Power of the Force line. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure itself here. We'll start off with the Ronto. Now it stands at 9.5 inches tall, and it's about 6 inches long, and overall it's fairly basic. It has a little bit of articulation in the neck here. It swivels, and as you can see, it's connected to this back leg here, which is part of its rearing back action, I guess. All of the other legs, though, are freely articulated. They're just on a swivel. It's just this one here. It's the back left is connected to the neck. Now, there is a little bit of articulation on the ear flaps, and aside from that, it's fairly basic. It's got a little string and a peg hole for the Jawa to sit on. Even though this figure is basic, I do actually really like it. I know some people might disagree with me, but I really love the animals of Star Wars, and so for me this was a must-have just because I like the design of the character overall, and you know, it is a fairly well done toy. Even though it is from the 1990s, I think it's held up, you know, fairly well over the years. As for the Jawa figure, it stands at 2.5 inches tall, and it does come with one accessory, and that is its blaster pistol. No paintwork or anything, but it is fairly well detailed, and it does fit in his hands, of course. Now, this figure does have a little bit of an action feature. Actually, it's showing up really well on camera. In fact, better than it does in real life, and that is the light piping for the eyes. So on the top of the head, it's clear. It actually blends in quite well with the tunic, but that pipes light down to the eyes, which makes them glow, which is pretty cool. I don't mind action features like this whenever they don't interfere with the figure themselves, and this doesn't. He does still retain the swivel articulation in the neck, so that's fine with me. He does have swivel shoulders, and then he's got a hinge here at the hips, which let him sit down. Now, one way you can tell that this is the figure that comes with the Ronto is this little peg hole on the bottom. I believe it's different than the standard release one, and the only reason it's in the center like that is so that it can stand on this peg that's on the Ronto. Let's see if I can do this on camera. Yeah, there we go. So you can peg him on there just like that, and then he won't fall off. Of course, the action feature, you're supposed to hook up the Jawa to this string and then have him, I don't know, get bucked around. It doesn't really work that well in practice, just because it's so awkward to set up. So like I said, it's pretty underwhelming, unlike what the package would make you believe. But overall, this is a great set, especially if you're like me and you like the animals of Star Wars. This was a must-have for me. And I don't know if you all noticed this on the front of the box. This says $12.99, and this is the mintest box I've ever seen. I was actually so mint when I bought it, I felt bad opening it. But you can get these, you know, for $10 or less. I actually bought this on sale for 33% off So I didn't even pay $12.99 for it. So I think it's one of the best deals for Star Wars action figures right now, just because of how cheap you can get it. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.